They're taking children all over the nation right now, and nobody is talking about it.
The FBI is currently investigating a new scam that specifically targets people that travel.
There is a battle going on in the heavens, y'all.
Chicago is literally under a police state right now.
Huh?
What up, man? Giving you another react. Sit back, relax, observe, and let's get into it, y'all. Roll the clip.
There is basically no conflict in the world where Palantir is not the first call.
Well, I love the idea of getting a drone and having light fentanyl-laced urine spraying on analysts who tried to screw us.
I had all sorts of fantasies of using drone-enabled technology to exact revenge, especially targeted in violation of all norms.
All right, a strong quarter, that might be an understatement. When we're speaking about Palantir, their first quarter where revenue topped $1 billion.
In the end, the rights you give up will be used against you.
Millions of Americans have files in government databases, their movements, purchases, and communications connected by software from a company called Palantir. And the worst part, we helped fund its creation. What exactly does Palantir do? Palantir has current and past contracts with the FBI, DHS, IRS, CDC, FTC, and the Pentagon. They process data for police departments in multiple countries, healthcare networks including the United Kingdom's National Health Services, Cleveland Clinic managing patient care across hospitals. They're in the banks processing your transactions, the factories building your cars, Tyson Foods monitoring production facilities, and Fortune 500 companies from Wendy's to General Mills. In a letter from Alex Carr, he states, "We have chosen sides, and we know that our partners value our commitment. We stand by them when it is convenient and when it is not." This is the CEO saying that they will support the government agencies regardless of what these agencies choose to do. No moral boundaries, no questions asked, even when it's not convenient, meaning when it's morally wrong. This is a company explicitly saying they'll enable any government actions, seemingly no matter how authoritarian, as long as the check clears. Palantir operates in over 50 industries across at least 35 countries. Their CEO openly states their mission to become the US government's central operating system, all while fear-mongering and using war rhetoric. The same software tracking you at a protest is also identifying targets on the battlefield.
Palantir is here to disrupt and make our institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill.
Man, all these AI corporations are out of pocket, son.
Stop your scroll. Chicago is literally under a police state right now. I need y'all to share this out to everyone. I don't care. Just please share this out. People need to know what the hell's going on in Chicago. The US military is in Chicago arresting people, detaining them under the guise of immigration or warrants. They're detaining US citizens as well. People are literally stuck in their homes. They can't go to school. They can't take their kids to school. They can't even go get food or go to work. These people are literally stuck in their homes under military surveillance. People are afraid in their own homes. People are being detained for nothing. US citizens are being detained for nothing. People are afraid, and this is not okay. This is not okay. Chicago is in a police state? Like, what? There are US military helicopters all over Chicago. And if you think that this is not done by design or this is not a test, I want you to think about this. The city of Chicago has more pew-pews than any other city in America. The city of Chicago is also #1 unaliving capital of the United States. And there's many other reasons why this is a test. They're doing it to Chicago to see what happens, to see if they fight back, or to see if they're just going to lay down and take it. What is happening in Chicago is deplorable. It is disgusting. It is not okay, and it is not right. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to show you these videos so that you can see for yourself what exactly is going on in Chicago. Like, what the hell? Helicopters arriving. What is going on, man?
This was really
More
weird.
helicopters.
I was doing laundry in our building and walked out to see the military.
This isn't okay. This is not right. Shit, it's not okay at all.
special forces not authorized by Congress flew Black Hawk helicopters and landed at Navy Pier. And then at 1 in the morning, they hovered over a residential neighborhood in an American city, and they repelled soldiers from Black Hawks, and they busted into people's homes. They took citizens and non-citizens, they didn't know. They ripped them from their homes. They zip-tied them. They went in without a warrant.
Dozens of federal agents from different agencies raided an apartment building in the city's South Shore neighborhood early this morning. Neighbors there report multiple arrests in this latest immigration enforcement action. People who live there are telling our Sabrina Franza that American citizens were briefly detained.
He had warrants for 5 people. I said, so why are you detaining the whole building? He says for the safety of our people.
They were putting parents in one budget truck and the children in another budget truck. So they were separating families and everything. They didn't know who they were arresting. They didn't care. The last video I'm going to show you is one woman speaking out about this, and she's letting you know exactly what's going on. She is holed up in her house with her children and can't leave.
There are helicopters everywhere. My head hurt. There are helicopters everywhere, and I have managed to dodge getting snatched twice today. So I picked my kids up early and I came home. I'm saying this because it seems like the people around me who aren't in this situation aren't taking this serious, and then there are people who live here who aren't taking this seriously. But there's been a helicopter hovering over my building for the past week or so. At first I thought it was because somebody got murdered, but today I seen another one, but the helicopter looked different. It was like the National Guard, or it just wasn't a regular helicopter. I'm afraid because I am out here by myself. They're pulling children out of school. They're throwing tear gas. They're snatching families up. If I go missing, I am not suicidal. I'm not trying to run away from my family. And I have not gone into hiding. We have been advised to stay in the house. My family is in need of food. I was going to go to the pantry tomorrow. I'm strongly debating that. I don't know if y'all hear that. That's another helicopter. They're coming. They have been hovering over my building. They are coming. It is predominantly Black and Hispanic in the building and in the community that I stay in.
This is not okay. This is disgusting. This is deplorable, despicable, not humane at all. If you think that this can't happen where you're at, you're sadly mistaken. This is a test. And depending on how this goes, it's going to depend on if it happens everywhere else or not. Y'all, you better wake up. You better open your eyes, because it's here. It's in front of you. That feeling that we all had that something big and monumental and wild and scary was coming, it's here. It is here. What are we going to do? Because it starts in one place and then it spreads, like the flu or like the vid did. And y'all know why they do in Chicago first. Y'all know that. There's a much bigger plan in place right now. And if you don't wake up and realize that, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you. But don't go around here thinking that it can't happen to you, because it can and it will. What do y'all think? Let me know below, because y'all, this is not okay at all. As always, this video is for educational purposes. This video is my opinion and speculation based on events that are going on in Chicago right now. Because it is my opinion and speculation, this is not misinformation. An opinion cannot be misinformation. This video does not violate any terms, conditions, or guidelines.
Yo. Somebody granddaddy is getting tricked with this software right here.
What the fuck? Yep, and grandma is not safe either. Grandma is not safe because Mr. Johnny is here.
Wow. Hey, yo, we cooked, man. We cooked.
Alright, so tell me this doesn't sound completely fucking suspicious. NASA's been running live feeds for years, right? They've been showing us images of Mars, satellites, deep space, so on and so forth, right? But suddenly, right when this thing that they're calling 3AI Atlas is moving closer to Mars, they stop updating their live website. Are you fucking kidding me? Think about that, y'all. Not one picture, not one satellite shot. There's absolutely nothing. Now, we're supposed to believe that the most advanced space agency on Earth just goes completely dark at the exact same time everyone is looking for answers? Give me a fucking break. Here's the thing, y'all. Every single time something major happens in space, they go completely silent. It's starting to look like a pattern. They only show us what they want us to see when it benefits their narrative. So here's the question. What the fuck are they hiding this time? Why don't they want us to see 3AI Atlas? Is this just a rock flying by Mars? Or is there something way bigger that's going on that they're not willing to admit? Because if it was nothing, they'd be streaming it 24/7. Instead, we get radio silence. And in my book, silence usually means there's something that they don't want us to see.
So we didn't learn. We didn't learn from last time. We didn't. So, we didn't learn. Comprehension. We didn't learn.
We didn't learn shit.
So you know that theory about the reptilian people? The one where shape-shifting lizards secretly run the planet? Let's talk about it. According to the conspiracy, these beings come from the Draco star system, they can disguise themselves as humans, and they...
There are people on social media that truly believe that a lot of the apps that we use are portals to the future. Case in point, many people like myself that make videos, record ourselves speaking or dancing or doing something else. But the problem is when they play it back or the end result, it doesn't look anything like who they are. There is a user on the app that claims they had made a video in 2023. And then they claim that somebody contacted them. But the person that contacted them was themselves from the future. Take a look at this video.
Have you all seen the people saying that when they go to record on this app, it's a different version of them that pops up on the screen? Not present day them. Okay, in 2023, I had a woman. I posted one video on my old account, and this woman found me, claiming she was me from the future, and that TikTok is a portal between parallel universes. Wow. And she knew things about me that only I would know. We even had the same name.
Now, after listening to that video, I went ahead and searched for more. And she is not the only one claiming this. So are they all not telling the truth? So the question still remains, why is it that there is so much interest in this app here and they don't do it on other social media apps? Everybody wants to have a piece and control of this app. Ask yourself that question. So my question to you is, has this ever happened to you? And do you believe in portals? Do you believe in future you visiting you sometime soon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Where's my twin at? Where you at, son? I know you're watching me. To the other side it is.
This is not real. Whatever is coming, I feel like we're at the end of this era. Meaning that this way of life is it's like a Netflix episode and there's like 3 more episodes left until the season finale, and we're at the end of the 3rd episode, the 15 minutes, and you know shit's about to go left, but there's still way more story to tell, but everybody has to act like whatever's about to go left ain't about to happen, so you just kind of like in this robotic state of just doing stuff. That's how I feel like we are right now. At like the end of episode 3, but we just still playing the role like whatever is on the horizon ain't really here. But we all know it's here. But we still gotta, like, you know, we still gotta clock in and go to work and shit like that. But we all know that, hey, this ain't what this show is about. What we're doing right now, this is not the show. This is preemptive up to the big whatever, but it's us.
Can y'all feel it in the air? I do.
Y'all, when I tell you what's going on in grocery stores right now is unbelievable. People can barely afford the basic necessities of life. This is getting out of hand. People are crying out for help, but the silence is deafening. And all across America, people are fed up. They're asking their governments for help, but things just keep getting higher and higher, y'all. Rent, bills, food, and they're just fed up.
I ain't gonna believe this freaking crap. Me and my husband just left the grocery store, walked there with not even 4 bags, and paid over almost $300 something. Everything has just went up double. Like, what the heck, man? This is getting crazy. We can't even afford groceries anymore. My husband brings home not even $500 a week. And we can't afford this freaking crap. And we went to fill out for freaking food stamps to get help. They denied us. They said he made too much.
Check here. I am at the Walmart in Rochester, Indiana, and I went to grab coffee because I'm out of coffee and was kind of shocked. The 38.2 ounce coffee, Maxwell House, is $21.44. So I was curious, and I looked back, and in October of last year, so almost a year ago, I paid $12 and some odd cents. I'll put the receipt on this later for the same exact amount. I mean, if you think tariffs or inflation or something's not increasing the costs, you're messed up in the head.
Just walked into a random grocery store to get chocolate chips to make chocolate chip pancakes, and I get to the aisle. Do you want to know how much they are? You're never gonna guess. Let me flip. $10.39 for Nestle Toll House. $17.79. Dude.
For chocolate chips?
Are seriously getting robbed. And whose economy?
I just spent $72 on stuff to make chili, and that's gonna feed my family maybe 2 nights. $72. Y'all gonna have to figure something out up there in Washington, D.C.
Okay, what the fuck is going on with food right now? This is literally 93.7. It's all organic or whatever, all grass fed for $10.49 a fucking pound. That's ridiculous. Even down here for $85.15, it's more. It's $11.50. You know, that's organic or whatever. Still, you have 96.4 for $8 a fucking pound. What the fuck's going on?
This is getting out of hand. It's to a point where people can't live. And I just want to show you something. This right here, I just went grocery shopping for very basic things. Very basic. This amounted to $100. Like, this isn't even... You're telling me this is $100? This isn't even barely anything to feed me for a couple days.
Okay, I just got done with Walmart. If you saw my video just a little bit ago about how much I spent for just 29 items. I had to use my credit card because I couldn't afford it. I'm a single mom. Come on, people. Trump, everybody, lower the grocery bills. We gotta eat. We gotta feed our kids. Come on, really take this seriously. Trump, administration, anybody listening, please lower the grocery bills.
You guys want to talk about some crazy shit? This is $100 worth of groceries. $100 even. That's before taxes. $100 right here.
No one's freaking out harder about how high grocery prices are right now. In 2020, my grocery bill was $100 to $150 a month. Now, it's $300 to $350 a month. And now, I don't even buy meat. I can't afford it. I dumped Publix. I only go to Target because it's the cheapest option near me. I almost never buy the name brand stuff. This is beyond inflation at this point. This is just a full-on scam. Last week, I went and got salt, shaving cream, and a salad kit. Altogether, these 3 tiny things cost $10.31. A box of salt was $4. Like what? I could rub it on my skin and live forever? It's
$700.05. That is what I just spent at Walmart to buy groceries for my home, to buy our essentials. Like, I didn't buy anything wild and crazy and extra. The only thing that I would say that I bought that was extra was I bought a couple of those cheap t-shirts that are like the $5 t-shirts in the kids section because my daughter loves them. 2 of my daughters love them. And then I bought a pair of $7 black shorts for my daughter because she needed some. So that wasn't even extra because she needed some. And I bought me a pair of shorts. $700. I can't afford this. Like, I'm a teacher, and my husband also works for my school district, and the cost of living has gone up so freaking much, but we're not raising teacher salaries. We're not raising them. We're not making them match what is happening right now.
It's piling up like a weight on people's back, y'all. And the question is, I want to know what it's about. Is it just inflation, or is this pressure engineered, like to wake up Americans to shut down this system? Because everybody else is doing it. Why isn't America doing it? It's like everyone is waiting on America. Even America's waiting on America. So what are we doing, y'all? But I'm gonna tell you this, y'all, it's gonna get a lot more interesting, y'all. The shift is here. People see it, people feel it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
What do you guys think about all that? For real, drop it in the comments. I really want to know. Spam it up, y'all.
Asteroid was actually not an asteroid. It's holy shit, we're done. It is. It was actually a spaceship of the reptilian kind, but it's since then.
So we're gonna get invaded.
No, that's what they were talking about.
It's gonna be a ring.
But
this
check
is
it out.
where this all ties into the military.
Yeah, we have the invaders.
Yeah.
Thank God. No,
Hey, where are these motherfuckers at? These motherfuckers are like within a couple years out. These motherfuckers are nowhere to be seen. What the fuck's going on?
Well, that's what we're doing. We're forming an alliance with them. We've actually sent 12 of our own.
You guys see that? Homie said that's a mothership, not a comet. And the soldiers in the back are like, we cook. I'm telling you, man. Y'all think that's cap? What do y'all think? Spam it up in the comments.
We're kind of preparing the U.S. population, at least, and by extension, the world population, into that reality that there is something, there is a presence here, and that we need to explain this presence. Because if they show up and we continue to do what we did before, previous decades, and they show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, or maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared, and if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And so I think that dialogue has happened within inside the government, in certain areas inside the government, that we need to prepare. And that's why in 2017, that set a clock of 10 years. And why Lou Elizondo earlier in this year said, you know, just find a hobby for 5 years. And, you know, it'll all be out in 5 years. And he said that this year, so that was 2027. And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity that I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening, and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
So apparently all the governments all around the world, along with their military, are secretly aware worldwide about this common object. They don't know if it's a race of beings, a mothership, an alien, the Anunnaki, the Nephilim, the angels. Count every name in the book. The whole list is there. They're saying that's what's coming back here. Is that all cap? Is that all the distraction? Is that a psyop? Is that true? I really want to hear your thoughts. Drop it in the comments.
Ain't nobody on your fucking level, bro. Sis, cause you understand no risk, no reward. What if your shit blows up today? What if you drop that video today and it goes viral? Your breakthrough is here, fam. You don't got time to concern yourself with the thoughts of others. The lion doesn't concern themselves with the thoughts of the sheep reflection. You gotta be obsessed about your shit. You gotta pour into yourself unconditionally every day. You understand me, fam? You don't got time to be balanced. What if today's the day where all your dreams come into fruition? What if today's the day you make history? Like you've been through so many trials and tribulations and you're still standing. Like the divine's got a plan for you. You understand me? What if today's the day where all your dreams come true, fam? Like you and I both know for a fact, if you pour 110% of yourself into your craft, into your fucking purpose, bruh, nothing can stop you. You understand this shit? Ain't nobody on your level, God. You was made in the image of the Most High. You have a divine purpose to be here. If you have a voice, you better use that shit. You better not be expressing no limitations. And anybody that doubts you, you better get them the fuck out the way. Cause bruh, you literally can make this shit happen. You could bring all your dreams into reality today. I'm telling you, this shit's possible, fam. Infinite possibilities exist in the quantum field.
It's time that we all reclaim the sovereignty of who we are. Live life to the fullest. Be of service to others as we do unto ourselves. And do it all in love. Drop it in the comments what y'all think.
The government is still shut down. I have a question for you. You think it's okay to work for free? This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. If you don't understand the rules to the matrix, you will always be asleep. They're trying to tell you something without telling you something. Open this up. Once you understand Marine, Admiralty, Maritime, X, everything will make sense. But remember, this spell is hidden inside of the language. Look at the letters. Marine starts with an M, Admiralty starts with an A, Maritime starts with an A, X starts with an A. When you put those letters together, you get the word mama. The reason why they say we live in the whore of Babylon is because they made Mother Earth a prostitute. Every time they say the government is going to shut down, there's going to be a war, fear, our energy go right into the sea. Or I should say back into mama's womb. The only portal on this planet is the goddess. The universe made every spirit and every soul goods and services. But when the pirates came, they changed everything. Yes, these life forms are pirates. They are using magic in the water or water magic. I'm gonna come back to this. So the real question is, should we work for free? Do we even understand the system? If you ever listen to music, you are listening to music notes. If you want to write something down, you write it on a note. That's why they call money promissory notes. These notes is really our frequency. They are making us move left, right, up and down. They are controlling our vibration. But if you look at the word promissory, you will see promise sorry. Pay attention to the language. These people will give you all kind of promises and they will break your heart. Then they will say sorry because it's just a promise sorry note. The note is your frequency. You know how when people go to church, they got to pay their tips? Well, it's not really tips. It's the tithes of the sea. And the reason why they have to pay 10% is because 1 and 0 is the matrix code. 10%, 1, 0, the percentage, another 1 and 0, 1 and 0, life, death, man, woman. They turned their goddess into the whore of Babylon. Everything is about good prices and deals. Once you understand what a merchant is, everything will make sense. When you look at the word merchant, you have to understand that mer means sea in French and chant means magic spells. So these people are putting rituals inside of the water. And since we are 85% of water, they are putting spells on us. This is a Tinder. And this is another Tinder. You can always check out my ebook if you want to know more. The link is in my bio.
You're somebody that hasn't heard about this yet, there's a bunch of new scams that are going around right now, and the FBI is currently investigating a new scam that specifically targets people that travel. So travelers are now being warned about a new smishing scam that could put your personal information at risk. So they're saying the reason why this is called a smishing scam instead of a phishing scam is because it has to do with text message, so they're using the term SMS to kind of make the name. But one example of this scam going around is being observed by the FBI currently, and it sees the scammers posing as a toll service telling unwitting travelers that they owe money. Basically, the point is these scammers are noticing that you're traveling and they're going to contact you via text message and they're going to tell you, hey, you owe this amount of money due to a toll bridge you took and you need to pay it or you're going to be feed. Obviously, the reason why a bunch of people are falling for this is because it seems very targeted and a lot of people are not realizing that it's just a scam. So obviously imagine if you're in the middle of traveling and you get a text saying that you took a toll and you need to pay it. A lot of people are paying it. Obviously need to make sure that people are not falling for these scams. So send this video out to...
You gotta watch out with these endless AI scams that are popping up left and right and center. Be careful, y'all. Make sure to be alert for your peeps as well, man. For real. We all we got.
Apparently, no one can see what's fucking going on in Portland right now. And the fact that I have to spell it is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Every creator I know out of there is being censored as fuck. I can't even add it as a location right now to tag the city. That's how bad it is. And the messaging that is coming from the national news right now is completely wrong. And they are not showing what's going on there because it has been so peaceful. And a couple days ago, a friend of mine had their face bashed in and their neck kneeled on by multiple officers, had their rib broken. They're disabled in a wheelchair. They were just standing there and were tackled to the fucking ground. And people are just doing the fucking cha-cha slide, dressing up in chicken costumes and shit. They have been doing this for, 117, 18 days now? And it's been completely peaceful the entire time and hardly anyone even knows it's happening. So I went down there and I interviewed one of the main organizers. We did a whole podcast and that should be out in a couple days. It's Mossy Unmuted on Spotify. Because it's just absolutely fucking insane how little the media is covering this and how much they are trying to hide what's actually happening there. Contrary to what the White House has said, no one has invaded that building. There are no fucking fires. No one's throwing anything. They've literally just been standing on the sidewalk talking shit for 117 days. That's it. Because even though that's all they can fucking do right now, they're still getting their fucking faces bashed in. And the violence is only escalating. All eyes on Portland right now.
Why in the world would I see what I just saw in the picture that JD Vance posted last night that was about his address taking Charlie Kirk's place? Don't get mad at me, I'm just a messenger. And not even what I'm about to show you, but what I show you after. Okay, now first some receipts. The second I saw the picture, something stood out heavy in my brain, and you can see I started researching it right when he posted it. Sometimes you look at something and it screams without volume. This is what I saw. Alarm bells should already be going off in your head. There was two of them, one on each side of the fireplace. And yes, it was him that posted it. So already the top part looked awfully close to Lucifer's sigil. I'm not actually going to post a sigil, and I'll show you why in a minute, but it's much like the Google Play Store. That's actually what it's mimicked off of. But I was also feeling some Babylonian type sigil vibes. As time has progressed, as cultures have gotten together and then separated, the sigils have changed a little bit over time. But we still do have preserved sigils. So I wanted to compare this picture with all sigils on the web. I said, hello, whose demonic sigil is this close to? Can go all the way back to Babylon. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. And it'll get heavier and heavier as we go. The traditional sigil of Lucifer features a style of V often interpreted as inverted triangles or chalice shape. Your image mirrors this when overlaid downward triangle angle on the filled central circle. Wow. It doesn't stop there, it also has radiating elements. The spikes or rays around the circle invoke the morning star aspect of Lucifer or Venus.
and it's meant to invoke illumination or forbidden knowledge. When the Bible says that Satan's the god of this world, the lowercase god, you really should believe it. So all in now, so far we have Lucifer's sigil, we also have the morning star, Venus. Third, the Art Deco flare, a modern adaptation of 20th century occult revivals like those, and Aleister Crowley. Do you know how high up he was in the US GOV? And the sigil originates in Renaissance demonology when it served the pictorial signature for summoning Lucifer. Now this right here is why I'm not just throwing sigils at you. It says in occult traditions, drawing and using a sigil without preparation is said to invite unintended energies. We know. That's why I go off all the time about creators sharing demonic bullcrap, utter debauchery on purpose for views. Because they're bringing demons in your house. So they can get a check. Really makes me mad, but I digress. You can see the percentages of which sigils and whatever right here. Fast forward. Now this I figured out a few days ago, but I forgot to show you. Time magazine. Enough. This was within, I believe, 24 hours of the event. Of course, completely unrelated, the wording on this. Completely unrelated, of course. Enough.
This fantastic holographic show in New York. Can you imagine the kind of technology they have for deceiving anything?
Dude, that's where we're at with Project Blue Team, hey? That's looking crazy there. Spam it up in the comments, man.
Millions of people are walking out of cities all at the same time. At the same time, and it's not being televised. They're not talking about it. There was like a Discord or some type of undisclosed app that hasn't been infiltrated by these people, by the people, you know, the government people or whoever run the top. But our people walking out of cities by the millions, and people have just been buying tents left and right and growing crops and vegetables because they control us in the city. So when everybody congregates towards these city halls to protest and stuff, they got us locked into these small sections. How smart. Millions of people just started leaving the center cities, not going to the jobs, to the offices, the buildings, the houses, because they're all row homes anyway, just section people into a bunch of jail cells. Millions of people are just walking, not even taking cars, leaving by foot, buses, everything. And the government is going frantic and they don't know what to do because people are literally just taking over the lands outside of the city. People are seeing how much land there is. They can't control it when we're all spread across the land. The military is going berserk and they don't know what to do. They don't have enough helicopter and people spread across all these lands. That's why they've been sectioning us into these cities. The biggest revolt was just walking out of the cities. It's the craziest thing. Follow me for more information on my movie.
They say the revolution will not be televised. Millions of Americans are leaving their cities by foot. Is it true? Spam it up in the comments. I want to know what's going on, y'all.
Have you ever watched pornography? Not anymore, because it's for pedophiles and misogynists. Do you want a no-fault divorce? Not anymore. Those are a couple of the points in Project 2025. Now, because President Trump is now saying that he's meeting with Russ Vought to help kind of pare down the federal government, Russ Vought is one of the main architects of Project 2025 that was created by the Heritage Foundation. Now, it is 922 pages, and if you haven't read it like I have, I do have a cheat sheet for you. If you're wondering where the administration is going, there are a couple of books that kind of pare it down for you. The one that I thought was the best was Project 2025 Explained in Simple Terms by J.R. Grant. It's only 88 pages, and it is nonpartisan. It's down the line on the different subjects like immigration, education, and it will tell you what the premise is in Project 2025. It'll also give you the opposing views. So it'll say people who like that point say this, people who don't like it say that. That way you can get an idea of where the administration is going. Now, whether you like Project 2025, you don't like it, maybe you like parts of it, at least you can know what is kind of the basis of the future here. So at this point, 8 months into the administration, about 47% of Project 2025 has already been completed. If you're interested in more, I recommend this book.
With that Project 2025 stuff, what's your thoughts on that? Come on, man, I need to know. Drop in the comments. Let's keep it going. Crazy times we're in, y'all.
They're taking children all over the nation right now, and nobody is talking about it. Why is nobody talking about this right now? Everybody needs to be talking about Operation Freaky Friday right now, because I know people that have already had their children taken away from them this morning. Now, it says that the operation is focused on unaccompanied immigrant children ages 10 and older who were previously released from custody. I even see offers of cash payments to children worth $2,500 to self-deport. What the fuck kind of disturbing ass shit is that? Have you seen what the apartment complexes look like after what happened in Chicago? Do keep in mind, those individuals, including my cousin, were detained until 3 a.m. They were handcuffed. All I see is this shit being downplayed as fuck. Do you understand how much it costs to operate one of those helicopters that were used? Do keep in mind, multiple were used that night. But nobody seems to be talking about the 5 full fucking blocks. Dude, there were hundreds of them. And you know, it's really fucking pissing me off that these events keep occurring in very specific neighborhoods. But then again, the people that support this shit happening are the same individuals that support what's happening in Gaza. How the fuck can you not consider that to be a fucking genocide, but then want to come to the defense of what you assume happened during World War II? And let's fucking go there. Let's talk about United States history books real quick. Who the fuck do you think published those textbooks to begin with? If you are unable to have an intellectual conversation with somebody, then your opinion, well, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter, but let's just say it's been formed for you, okay? And you should probably just let go of it.
Pretty heavy stuff. I can resonate with the fella. What do you guys think about everything he just said? Spam it up in the comments, y'all.
Watch as Albania's parliament erupts in fury and papers are thrown as the country installs an AI chatbot as a government minister. Prime Minister Edi Rama, known as Tony Blair's protege, has worked closely with the former UK Prime Minister to digitalise Albania's government. Last year, Rama spoke publicly of his relationship with Blair.
I would not be nor Prime Minister and either a man engaged in politics without him.
The pair spoke of Albania's plans for digital ID to defeat corruption.
What are you doing? You're building a digital infrastructure. You've got plans for digital identity.
Albania's AI minister made a speech to the country's parliament, causing tensions to flare. The bot said she was hurt by accusations she was unconstitutional.
That hurt me, not for myself, but for the 972,000 interactions I had with citizens whom I served as part of e-Albania, and also in relation to the 36,000 digital documents I issued to them. Let me remind you, the real danger to constitutions has never been machines, but human decisions made by those in power. I am not here to replace human beings, but to help them. Indeed, I have no citizenship, but I have no ambitions or personal interests either. I only have data at my disposal. I am eager to learn new information, and I have algorithms at my disposal, so that I can put all of this at the service of citizens with impartiality, transparency, and without ever tiring.
Edi Rama defended his decision.
Albania is the only country in the region that is using artificial intelligence with great success to expedite legislation with the EU. Introducing artificial intelligence in the service of good governance, anti-corruption and accelerated socio-economic progress will be an unwavering priority for all the country's ministries and agencies.
The move comes as Britain seeks to introduce a digital ID for all citizens, a project former Prime Minister Tony Blair has always advocated, though he failed himself to introduce ID cards during his own government. Much like the reaction in Albania, there has been fury in Britain around the digital ID announcement, as a country historically hostile to any move towards formal identification. Despite the opposition, Albania, however, seems to be having a smoother time revolutionising its governance. Nick Dunning, GB News.
What if I told you that Child Protective Services only exist to traffic children? Would you believe me? Probably not, but hear me out. Children are bought and sold through the court system every single day under the guise of foster care and under the guise of protecting the children. What happens typically when a child is taken by CPS? They're placed with a foster family, whether it be temporarily or indefinitely, and it's nearly impossible for the biological parents of that child to get that child back because the foster parents receive money from the government for taking care of these kids. And on the surface, that seems like the right thing to do, right? It seems like the right thing to compensate these families for taking care of these children. But when you look at these families, they've got 5, 6, 10, sometimes a dozen children from the foster system at one point. There are foster families, usually prominent members of their churches, by the way, that have entire 6-figure incomes that center around foster kids. So if you, as a member of a prominent church, were making 6 figures taking care of children, wouldn't you want that cycle to continue so that you can maintain your income? Because I know, that most children in foster care are being cared for by people who are just there for the money. I have a cousin who does exactly that. She has 2 disabled children that she fostered and then eventually adopted just for the income. She doesn't take care of these kids. She neglects them. And it kills me every single day to see the way that she treats these children because she wanted the paycheck from the state that comes from caring for disabled youth. CPS is a child trafficking ring. That's all it is. I'm sorry, I know that some people are going to disagree, but collateral good exists. Just because the system did something to benefit you doesn't make it a beneficial system. I was in the foster system. I had a great family. And I'm still standing before you today to tell you that Child Protective Services is there to traffic children.
What's up? You trying to step to the mic? You think I know? Let's go.
Thanks for stepping to the mic. My name is Michael Manelli, and I'm looking for a feature, so I need your best right now.
I got you.
I'm gonna start, then you go, okay?
Let's go.
Cause baby, we're overdue. I won't waste a second when it comes to you. We'll owe it to ourselves to see this through. When time ain't on our side, that's no excuse. Let's put this love to use. Cause baby, we're overdue.
Yeah, you right, bro. Baby, why you had to go and get spiteful? Me and Shuddy took a little more time on. Now I'm posted in your city like Geico. If I'm simping, baby, I'ma make it spicy. Tryna be your sugar mama, go kitely. Playing with them baddies, so you know it's pricey. I don't got ice on, but she said she like me. Wake up like your flight first class, yeah, I'm on that same day. Shipping every wish on your long time. Turning through your list like, baby, I can hold that. Every moment with you, I want all that. Ayy, I want all that.
Oh.
Ayy, I want all that. With your girls late night going all out. This love is overdue, babe, I'm tryna stall that.
Come on, man, she doing it out here for the baddies. Stop playing. You see the fit?
Part 3 of how to avoid the digital ID as it's coming out. A lot of people use YouTube. YouTube is probably one of the biggest platforms everybody uses. I even have YouTube myself, but I've actually transitioned from using the YouTube platform to this platform instead. If you do not plan on taking that digital ID or using it in any way, shape, or form, then you want to go ahead and get used to switching platforms and making the change now. Don't wait until the last minute to do it. Follow for more content on crypto and blockchain. And if you want to join my crypto community where we talk about all the advanced things like becoming your own bank, the basics of crypto, certain investments, how to create high yield interest on your money, and so much more that I can't explain in this one video, go to this website right here and join the Liberation community.
Digital ID in China should serve as a warning for all of us here in the West. This summer, Beijing rolled out a mandatory digital ID. On paper, it looks neat and tidy. One app for all of your passwords, less data floating around private companies, and one login for all your apps. But the reality is very different.
Leo Hu recently tried to book a flight. He was told he was banned from flying because he's on the list of untrustworthy people. Leo was a journalist who was ordered by a court to apologize for a series of tweets he wrote and was then told his apology was insincere. I can't buy property. My child can't go to private school, he says. You feel you're being controlled by the list all the time. And the list is now getting longer, as every Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors. It's believed that community service and buying Chinese-made products can raise your score. Fraud, tax evasion, and smoking in non-smoking areas can drop it. China's growing network of surveillance cameras makes all of this possible.
It can recognize more than 4,000 vehicles.
Xu Li is the CEO of SenseTime, one of China's most successful artificial intelligence companies. It has created smart cameras for the government that can help catch criminals, but also track average citizens.
You can tell whether it is an adult, a child, a male or female.
Ken DeWaskin has studied China's economic and political culture for more than 3 decades. He says how the new scoring system truly works is kept secret and could be easily abused by the government.
Every Chinese citizen must tie their national identity card to their new digital ID.
But it is made
This
very
includes their
clear
phone
once
number
the
and
government
even their
control
facial
your online
recognition.
identity, they control
That
your
means every
freedom.
post, every purchase, every click online is traced back to one individual. It erases online anonymity and chills free speech. There have been cases where citizens' identity has been flagged because of one hateful comment online. But here's the catch. As soon as you're flagged, you are then restricted. They are being silenced online, cut off from shopping, banking, and even basic communication. Imagine being cut off from society with just a flick of a government switch. The Chinese government has said this is about safety and efficiency. Where have we heard that before? I suggest we watch China more closely because similar conversations are happening here, right in Britain. But it is made very clear, once the government control your online identity, they control your freedom.
Is that what it's ultimately all about? Disconnecting you from society? And then from there it's a wrap? Am I reaching?
What's going on, TikTok? I want you to look at this right here. As you know, the president has been gearing up for a war. Wars abroad and wars within. I want to know, do you support this? And I also want to know, could this be a cover-up for something more sinister? You know, the same thing happened in Germany before Hitler rose to power. Before that whole World War II Third Reich thing, do your research, okay? The scriptures say that kingdoms rise, and also says that kingdoms fall. God says, I raise up kings, and I also bring them down. Okay? Revelations 13 talks about a new kingdom with an authoritarian ruler. Okay? My next video, we're gonna break down. Check this out.
My next video, I want to break down this Trump peace plan. I need you guys to know something. I need you to know that even in the time of Christ, even in the time of Moses, okay, people took the scriptures and it's like Christ used to tell them, you don't understand the scriptures. So I want you to know that sometimes we can misinterpret them. Why would the son of perdition, if he knew who he was? First of all, it talks about taking you by surprise. Why would this person come out and say, hey guys, this is the 7-year peace plan that the Bible talks about. I am the Antichrist. Why would he do that? Use your head, okay? He's not going to come out and just openly say that. His plan would be dead in the water, okay? He's going to come in secretly, unaware, with you unaware, okay? It's like some people, you know, they thought Christ was going to be born in other places. Some people, you know, knew he would be born in Bethlehem. Some people didn't know certain things to look for. There were some things not written. You know, sometimes that's the way it is. So when we go over this peace plan, we're going to look at how similar it is. Remember, it's a covenant with many. And I want to talk about the Abraham Accords. I think that will really give a lot of you some insight. But anyways, check it out. It says President Trump is giving Hamas one last chance to surrender. Lay down your arms and give up the land. Trump warns Hamas, all bets will be off if hostages aren't quickly released. And it's time, he goes on to say, it's time for the U.S.-Israeli peace plan. So, be looking out for that video, guys. I love you all. Get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your coffee, because it's about to get good. This is just the beginning. I'm out.
They're coming! The sky's opening up! 3-Eye Atlas is the mothership! Hide now, all of you! Hide while you still can!
You need to get up and leave the store. If you don't, I have
There is this back to school commercial that is currently going around that you guys need to see this if you haven't yet, y'all. This is crazy. We're going to talk about it. Check it out.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These helpful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class. These colored pencils, too.
These new socks? They can be a real lifesaver.
Did you know that Michael Jackson was a follower of the Satanist Aleister Crowley? If you look closely at Michael Jackson's arm right here, you see the number 777. Michael Jackson followed the 777 book written by Aleister Crowley. The 777 book was used to summon and channel Nephilim spirits through ancient magic. Now this gets even crazier. There's an article called I Make Myself Invisible by Aleister Crowley where he says he has a hall of mirrors and he contacts spirits this way. Why did Michael Jackson go and buy a room full of mirrors? This is Michael Jackson word for word in Psychic News in 1987. He says, I have one secret room with a moving hall and mirrors. That's where I talk to Liberace. He is the voice I hear in there. I feel his presence so very close to me. Liberace is like my guardian angel. He's even given me permission to record his theme song, I'll Be Seeing You. Liberace was a public, flamboyant homosexual. Why would you want to feel his presence and summon him? It doesn't make any sense.
Fast forward today, where we live in an age of forced prophecies, wars in the Middle East, archaeological digs in forbidden lands, and sealed places being cracked open in the name of progress or energy or national security. So every time an ancient site is blasted open, or tunnels are made, or they need to destroy, or they need to open, the old myths echo louder in my mind. So people, you need to start wondering, are these just a whole bunch of coincidences? Or are there powerful figures, players moving these pieces around to fulfill ancient scripts? If Azazel is a symbol of forbidden knowledge and rebellion, his story is profoundly relevant to this moment. Because we live in a world with these sudden leaps of technological advances. We have gene editing, AI, robotics, weapons of imaginable power, often guided by elites that think they have all of this forbidden knowledge. Then we live in a time of great resets, awakening prophecies. So who are the beings behind the curtain? And in that framework, Azazel is much more than a myth. He is literally the archetype of when hidden knowledge was granted to humans. In old stories, Azazel will be released at the end of days. So whether you take it literally or symbolically, the pattern is clear. What was hidden beneath the mountain rises again. And humanity must decide what to do with this knowledge it once condemned. So this could be interpreted either way. Are they trying to destroy the prison, or were they trying to liberate him from it?
Oh shit, son. You're about to freaking wake up and rise up. This angel Azazel? And probably all the other ones too. Who knows, man? Am I reaching? I'm tripping, right? Spam it up in the comments. It makes a lot of sense with everything that's been going down, with the wars, them being over there, overseas. You know what I'm saying? And going crazy and everything. Makes sense to me. Let's keep going.
Merlin. Merlin the wizard is actually Enki from Samaria and Babylon. And Merlin's staff and his bag, they were magical. So if we just follow all these stories, we start to see that it's really a piece of technology. These guys are holding technology.
To make this digital ID work, they've got to bring total chaos, all right? Listen, y'all better wake up, all right, because it's coming, and it's going to be a worldwide event, right? Worldwide, and it's going to shake people to the core.
U.S. churches were full-fledged stakeholders in slavery. Episcopal, Presbyterian, Baptist, Methodist, major denominations owned enslaved people, rented them out, and in some cases, they confined them in jail-like pens beneath or beside their sanctuaries, while white Christians prayed upstairs. Black men, women, and children were shackled below, treated as inventory instead of human beings. Now, it was common for enslavers to require their slaves to go to church so that they could learn about being a humble slave to their masters. But these people held in the pens below were livestock waiting to be sold, being punished. Who knows what? Georgetown University's Jesuit priests sold 272 enslaved people in 1838 to pay off school debts. In Charleston, St. Philip's, and St. Michael's, they forced black attendees into upper galleries while white parishioners sat in comfort below. Methodist ministers in the South regularly enslaved people as personal property. And of course, many ministers in the South enslaved people as personal property. Southern Baptists split from Northern Baptists in 1845 for one reason: to defend their right to keep enslaved people. Churches built slave galleries to force enslaved people to attend services, but not sit with white people. And the sermons told them to obey their masters. But the people locked in the church pens, they weren't taken upstairs to worship. They were confined like livestock. They were waiting to be sold, rented, or punished. The church baptized enslaved people. They preached a lot about obedience, and they promised them life after death in heaven, while profiting from their stolen lives on earth. This is white history, and white Christians especially need to own it. My username works as my address in case I disappear. Get curious.
Seems to me that feudalism just went digital. Some heavy things she just said. Soft entertainment. Dang, that's messed up. All those different denominations of, you know what, being behind slavery? Yeah, that's not a good look, son. Everything she just expressed right now. Spam it up in the comments, I want to know.
The rapture is happening tomorrow, and people are saying that they are sure this time because remember that Jesus didn't know that we had changed our calendars. But we now understand that he was going by the Julian calendar, so we are going to see if the rapture happens on October 6th or 7th, and if that date sounds a little suspicious to you, see what this guy has to say.
Is the full moon, which is the 6th to the 7th. And all these kids are doing this 6-7 thing, and they're raising their hands up and down, almost like lifting up. So is that a clue?
And he is definitely not alone. There are a lot of other people who have also found signs in numbers.
So I was looking for verses that have 10, 6, 7, you know, just going on a little scavenger hunt. There will be no more delay. This is definitely a rapture nugget, a rapture clue. No more delay, because we have been in a little slight 14 delay.
All of that to say, it doesn't look like any of this rapture insanity is going to calm down anytime soon, and if the rapture doesn't happen, I will not be surprised if another date gets chosen or we find out that there is another calendar that we should have been going by, but I will keep you guys updated with all the rapture news.
Imagine a day when the rapture comes and instead what it is that everyone ends up getting possessed with their eyeballs rolling backwards, looking all silvery and demonic and shit. Remember that show? A series, it was called Childhood's End, when they were all talking in unison, saying, I am Kal-El. That's crazy. I'm just saying. Correlation there, son.
Excuse me. You're gonna have to follow me, baby. Hello. Hi. Whose barber is that, man?
Back up! No speed!
That was Speed and his compadre circle, or whatever. Damn, talk about a dickhead. Double pun intended. Nah, but did you see that? The hair on that thing? Dude, did you see the hair there? Son. Come on, bruh. Spam it up in the comments.
This girl is blatantly indoctrinating Americans. New docs have revealed that Israel is paying influencers upwards of $7,000 per post on social media such as TikTok and Instagram. That is an outrageous amount of money. This is the story from Responsible Statecraft. It's from the Israeli government. They're paying for influencers to flood our social media. When you log on, suddenly you are just flooded with pro-Israel content. That has been my experience. I log on to X and all I see is pro-Israel content, pro-Israel content, pro-Israel content in my feed. People are reporting to me the same thing on YouTube. So there's clearly a very concerted effort to take on social media. If a list came out like this saying, oh, look at all these influencers that are paid by Russia, this would be a huge scandal. Why aren't they going after Netanyahu or the Israelis that are paying these influencers? And you're an anti-Semite if you say anything about it. If it's Russia, if it's China, if it's anybody else, there would be massive outrage. How dare they even think about indoctrinating Americans? Trump made China sell TikTok because of influence and propaganda. Yet these people are allowed to take Israeli money. Nobody bats an eye about this. Why are social media influencers allowed to get away with this? Why is there not a huge push to investigate them for foreign meddling in our elections? Why aren't these influencers being dragged into Congress, questioned, and told you're not very American? Well, it's because our government's in on it also.
Alright, so this video is not to scare no white people, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I need y'all to listen like real carefully when I say this. So, we at them times where the veil is really getting thin, and we at them times where the natural order of things is going back into place. If y'all don't know already, pale white people was created. They was not like, you know, from no Caucasus mountain, none of that. They were created people, and they were abominations. You feel me? The melanated being was the original person. Lands, earths was made for the melanated person. That's why, you know, white people, they don't like us, because they know we the original people. Simple. But all in all, when the earth, the land go back to its original state, some people will not last. Some people will not survive, because the earth frequency will vibrate so high to the point that people that's vibrating low, or if you're not the original people, you will disappear. Simple. You can't last here unless you are vibrating with the earth. That's the only way. Melanated, not melanated. That's the only way that you will be able to survive the new earth that's coming. Melanated beings, we already safe. But one thing about the melanated beings too, if you not vibrating on a higher level with the earth, you will survive here, but you will have physical pain. You will have anxiety, depression, distortion, and it will be at an all-time high until you start to vibrate higher. But all the white people that's not vibrating at the higher level that the earth is, you will disappear. Simple.
They are doing everything they can to push somebody into doing something stupid so that they can declare martial law, because they need it for next steps. But the black community is still sitting still, and they're not getting what they want. If you're MAGA and you're listening right now, I want you to know something. Charlie Kirk, you didn't do what they wanted you to do, which is take everything into your own hands, do something absolutely fucking crazy so that they can declare martial law. And if they declare martial law, we're all fucked. And let me tell you something else, and you can write this shit down. Because you didn't do it then, and now they're putting Erica out front and everything, don't be surprised when she's the next sacrificial lamb. Look for it. But they're doing everything and anything they can. And once they declare martial law for whatever reason, it's over for everyone. And you know, we're even wide open right now to outside terrorist attacks, because they're not watching that shit either. They don't care. Whatever happens gives them the opportunity they want and need. And friends, I'm going to say it again. You need to prepare, because sooner or later, someone, if not us, an outside entity, is going to give them what they want and what they need. It is inevitable. You need community wherever you are at. I don't care if you're in a fucking apartment building. Find the like-minded people around you that you can count on, rely on, and you can pull resources, because you will not survive this alone. You are not a millionaire. You are not a billionaire. You can't jet off to another fucking country when the shit hits the fan. You don't have the money to pay your way out of whatever it is. And if you're just a millionaire, not that you'd be listening to this, but you don't fucking count either. You're not making enough money to roll with them. Not with those that are calling the shots. Because they're billionaires. They're the ones calling the shots. Everyone else is expendable. But friends, you need community wherever you are. You will not survive this alone. Later.
If I could summarize everything in simplicity from the beginning of this video up until now, it seems like the world stage is being stripped from every vantage point while that's happening. Distractions and all the mayhem beyond that point is still happening. That's just how it is. Keep an open mind, stay neutral positive, stay in love, stay in the light, stay in abundance. And if you like everything you saw, you want to see more content like this, make sure to comment, like, share, follow, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.